Hey guys, what's up? My name's Azzy. You can call me just that or anything else you see fit. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to color in and draw people of color. Specifically, this video is African American women. So if you enjoy this content and you want to see more, like and subscribe so I know that this is performing well. This is also me learning how to draw African American women. So, also yes, men will be next, by the way. Just wanted to make that clear. Promise, guys. I'm trying. This video is specifically going to be skin and like facial structure type things. So, yeah, but this is also going to be me learning how to render and do things as well. This is like a joint learning experience. So if you're ready, and let's just get into the video because I talk for way too long. This voice recording, by the way, is being done like in post, so this is not like an active right now voice recording. But basically what we're gonna do is we're going to look at their facial structure and mark out the basic shapes. So the first thing I decided to start with, I don't know why it took so long of a pause, but first thing I decided to start with is the nose, which you can see has a triangular shape and then two circular shapes. Basically just imagine it as some sort of bow. And then nose bridge, yeah. So there are different types of noses. Ones where, you know, the nose bridge isn't as visible or the like bow shape isn't as visible, and that's why it's important to like define that. I don't know why I did her whole nose there. I should not have. Oh, never mind. I deleted it. Circled it for some reason. I don't remember why, but oh, because I was trying to say like it's not like that visible of a nose bridge. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, she also has the bow, and you can see her nose bridge. It's like, yeah. So basically for the nose, you just kind of want to like copy the shape that they had. Yeah. You're gonna see that also I do make a lot of mistakes. If I do make mistakes, I'll just speed past them. Also, you'll see later in the video I put the nose more in the center, which is why it's good to have guidelines. I don't know why I didn't have any here, but yeah. So next we're going to work on the lips. As you can see, the top lip has a noticeable cupid's bow, while the bottom lip is a bit rounder. Yeah. For mouths, I kind of suck at drawing them, and it's way better to like have them when it's like colored in, I guess. I don't know, you'll see what I mean later. But like, basically it's just like a line and then you add like the bumps for the lips. I do also end up like removing her cupid's bow that I drew with the line art and adding it again with the like coloring. So now we are going to move on to the eyes. I love drawing eyes, I just can never get the two of them to look the same, but it's okay. So for your top lid, you want a more like rounded and it's like a uniform, kind of like a rainbow. And then the bottom kind of like swoops in more towards once you get to the inner corner of the eye. So this is me drawing the eyes, and you'll see here why guidelines are important when it comes to drawing, because they helped me to position the eyes in the right place. This also, when drawing things that you want to look the same, this is where the mirror tool can come in, or copy and paste. So the next thing that we're going to do is eyebrows, and these are really basic. All it is just a simple like arch shape, and you're done. So now that that is over, and you can see right there I erased the cupid's bow, we're going to start working on the lines and creases of the face. These lines and creases show up just from gravity and aging, and honestly, if you ask me, I think they're beautiful because it shows that you lived a fulfilling and emotional life. So basically all it is wherever there would be, you know, these lines, like when you smile, you would have one there, and when like on your eyes, you have in like Asia it's called an aegyosal. I don't know if that's the correct name for it, but that's what I know it as. And yeah, here I'm also going to add pupils and eyelashes. And now we move on to coloring, which is one of the main reasons people tell me they don't draw people of color. Basically, all the highlights go on the nose, under eye, and forehead and chin, and that's what I'm going to draw into my drawing right now. Actually, I lied. Before we do that, the way you color in skin tones is when you make them darker or lighter, you don't want to go towards the grays because that can desaturate the color and make your drawing look muddy. That's also the reason you don't want to shade with black. What you want to do is take a more saturated tone by using the reds, yellows, and oranges of your color palette and moving it down towards that area to get a like skin tone color. Now obviously people who do have more muted skin tones exist, but it's like, you know, more common for a person to have a like vibrant color. Most people with muted skin tones happen to be, you know, dead because they don't have blood flowing to their skin. So here you can just see me coloring in where the lighting would be, since our point of light is like straight in front of our model. So I'm just going to apply the lighter skin tone where the color of the light is coming through. And yes, for different colors of lighting, you will have different like undertones to the lighting, but the lighting that I've chosen, the highlight, there we go. But the color I've chosen is just a plain, simple, like, flashlight, or just like a white light. So there's no like interference with the color of the highlight. So what you're gonna see now is me marking out where all of the natural skin tone is gonna go, and it's basically just wherever the light isn't going. I also just realized that I never did shading on the face, but I did end up doing shading on the neck and stuff, so hopefully I can explain that like in a good enough way. So the way to get your skin color, if you don't already have it, is you select the highlight and you move it towards the darker area. Make sure not to go like towards the black, because that can again make your colors look muddy and muted. So now that you've done that, go ahead and take your favorite blending tool. I cannot stress this enough, do not use the blur tool, please. But basically you're just gonna take the blending tool that you've chosen. I'm gonna put all of the codes to my brushes that I use at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But yeah, basically just like copy what I do in this video after I stop doing the white. I hate rendering. I hate it. I hate it. You're gonna see that. I hate rendering. But whatever, it's okay. You know what? We prevail. But yeah, basically just take your favorite blending tool or blending brush and starts blending in the highlight into the skin tone. I also wanted to add that it is going to take a while for you to like how it looks. Unless it doesn't. If it doesn't, that's great, and it's amazing that you're secure in your art. But for me, I know when I render, it is a process it's a trust the process. I get so stressed when it comes to rendering, but I promise you, as long as you have the confidence, like, you're good, you can do it. Let's go over some fun facts while I color. The first black doctor was named James McCune Smith. Along with being a medical doctor, he was also an apothecary, abolitionist, and author. He was the first African American to earn a medical degree. It was given to him by the University of Glasgow in Glasgow, Scotland, where a building has been dedicated to him. When he returned to the United States, he was the first African American to run a pharmacy in the nation. He was born April 18th, 1813, and passed away in the 17th of November, 1865. Out of the entire population in the US, roughly 14%, the total population is Black or African American. Barack Obama is the first and only Black president that the United States of America has had. What you're seeing me do here is changing the outline color to match the skin tone a little more. This personally is just for me because I think it looks better. So now we're going to work on the lips, and as you can see in the references that I have, and in most African American women, the top lip, they have two-toned lips, which means that one lip is darker than the other. The top lip being a darker color, while the bottom is a lighter color and usually a pinkish tone. So now I'm just going to move on to coloring in the eyes and stuff, which for the whites of the eyes, I usually end up using an off-white. So now I'm going to be coloring in the iris, and what I do first, which I don't know why I did that, is I chose a color darker than the line art, which is not really a good move because it never really ends up looking good. You generally want to pick a color that's lighter than the eye color. I ended up going with a hazily color for her eyes, but yeah. Oh, also for some reason I chose to fully color in and render the eyes after I did the neck, which I don't know why I did that, but I'm so sorry, it's out of order. So now I'm gonna start rendering the neck and stuff, and also the model that I'm on right now, this is the one that I chose to work on, use as my reference, so props to her. I don't know who she is, but props to her. And basically what I'm doing with the teal is I'm just going in where all the shading's gonna go, because of where our light source is. For the shading, I think I'm gonna stop right there. Did you see that? If not, I'll play it again. Notice how I didn't go all the way down to where the black is? That's because it's going to mute my color palette and make my colors look really muddy. When you pick coloring, you generally don't want to make it look muddy because it can make your drawing look sloppy and bad. So when you're coloring, opt to go more towards the right and down rather than the left and down if you're using IBI's paint. I don't know what it's like for other programs. And then yeah, I'm just gonna do the shading and blending, the same thing we did with the highlights on the face. So now we're gonna move on to the highlights, which if I ever start moving, there we go, okay, right. But basically the highlights are just gonna go in all the lighter parts that we see on the model's body. Also, a big thing when you're doing art is like always use references. Never draw from your mind. Unless it's like an OC, of course, then draw from your mind. But if you don't know what something looks like, definitely use a reference because it can help a lot. And now I'm just going to do the same exact thing that I did with the shadows and the highlights on the face. I'm going to put them in and blend. So now we're gonna work on the blush, and the blush kind of goes from like your temples to the corner of your eye, and it can also go on your nose. So now I'm just gonna color in the blush on our model. Also, the way I pick a blush color is I just take her skin tone and I change like the hue to red. So after you finish laying down the color, you're going to lower the opacity of the layer that you put the blush on, and then you are going to use the god almighty blending brush and blend that bitch in, okay? And now finally the moment we've all been waiting for ever since I laid the color down, the eyes. Eyes are really easy to draw if you know what your light source is and what the color is. Most eyes have like a darker ring of the original color around the eye. So that's what you're gonna see me draw in right now with the red. With the red. There we go, right there. And yeah, so that's the darker color. Don't know why I spent so long trying to freaking lay that down. Oh, and we have to do it to the other eye, of course, my bad. But what you're gonna see me do with the orange here is you're gonna that's just like the base color, just the regular color. That is the color that is lighter than the like red ring. And then what you're gonna see me do with the like tealish is where the highlight's gonna go. Usually when I draw eyes, I just like put it where the light source is coming from, you know, if that makes sense. It should, but you know. So now I'm adding the darker outer ring that I talked about. It's fine if this is darker than the line art. It's literally just gonna get blended by our almighty, all-loving blending brush, so. Now for the highlights, I'm going to put it exactly where the light source is coming from, and it's coming from the straight, like the front. So we're just going to put it like a little smiley face at the bottom of the eye, right underneath the pupil. And there you have it. That is how you draw a black woman of color. For my next video, I'm gonna do the hair because I know that's a topic that also like needs help, and like rendering hair sucks and curly hair is very difficult to draw. But if you enjoyed this video and you found it informational and it helped, please like or subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it shows YouTube that my videos are good and people should subscribe. So if you enjoyed the video and if it helped, leave a like and maybe comment if you need help. There's my TikTok and my Instagram on the screen, and the brushes I used are in the description. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you!